I didn't come in with any hope that he would come through, and I'm just completely in shock because I literally came in so neutral. My mom is the one who wanted to do this, and I'm just completely in shock with how spot on you are. I didn't think that he would come.
Now, first of all, right away, I keep hearing I'm the father that passed.
So there is a father that passed. It's actually my son's father.
Okay, that soul's here. And
Okay.
know that one of the things is I know it's very hard for you to talk to him like this. And I know it's very difficult. First of all, when I'm connecting, he just said to me when I'm connecting, Matt, you need to tell them, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. When I'm connecting with him, he's looking back on his life and he goes to me, how could I be so stupid? How could I be so stupid? The biggest thing is that this isn't just a message for you. It's a message for your mom and it's a message for your family. Because he says to me, Matt, he says, I sabotaged everything. Had you consider him your fiance or how should I, boyfriend?
So yeah, we had just had our baby. We were both
Don't
very
tell
young.
me anything. Don't tell me anything.
Okay.
I don't want to know anything.
Okay.
That's what you pay me for. Listen, he shows me. I know the two of you loved each other, but I also know that your relationship was strained. He tells me that there was a lot of back and forth, that you were together and then not, and then together and then not, and that you were trying to make it work. And he says to me that he promised that he would change for you because I see that. I also see that he lied to you. And I also see when I'm connecting with him that he had issues with other people. There were other people holding him back, meaning friends that were toxic, friend groups that were toxic. And he said to me when I'm connecting that he would not leave his old life behind.
Oh my, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You're spot on.
I know. He tells me. This is why I say, don't tell me anything. He'll tell me. And he says to me, Matt, I didn't see it when I was here because I kept hearing you say to him, like, listen, we can have everything. Like, we want to have a family. We have a baby. Like, if we're going to get married, if we're going to do this, like, you need to be fully involved. He says to me this, he's here to talk to you because every day, every night, you put your head on that pillow and you say, why didn't he listen? Why was I not good enough? Why could he not listen to what I was telling him? Because you were always afraid that something bad was going to happen to him. You were always afraid that he was going to go down the wrong path or that somebody was going to steer him wrong or that he was going to die. And your biggest nightmare came true. He says to me, Matt, he's here for one reason. You, Katie, still feel guilty because of the way that he died, even though it had nothing to do with you. He says to me, because you were so protective of him here in this world. And you saw that he was very vulnerable and you also saw that he was very weak to peer pressure and things like that.
Oh my God.
He says to me, I know you were trying to help me. I know you were trying to save me, he tells me. But he says to me, I made my own choices and that's where I went wrong. I'm going to tell you right now, if you were to live his life for him, he'd still be alive here talking, walking and being with us. But the sad part is that as many times as you calmed him down, as many times as you sat and talked with him, as many times as you did all the things that you did, he would not listen. He says to me that he had very, very bad anxiety here in this world. And he tells me he had very bad issues with his moods and he couldn't face anything. He couldn't go, like, he shows me that when the two of you fought, and the two of you, and you had issues with one another, instead of him trying to resolve things, the only way that he could resolve it would be walk away. Would be to leave the relationship. He always tried to leave the relationship, to put fault on you, to put fault on other people. And he's coming through because he has a really important message for you. And that is, he wants you to know that he knows that you truly did love him. And he knows that you were the only one that truly loved him, that truly cared about him, and truly had his best interest at heart. He says, but Matt, he says, I couldn't get past my own emotions. He talks about having suicidal thoughts here in this world. He tells me,
I didn't come in with any hope that he would come through, and I'm just completely in shock because I literally came in so neutral. My mom is the one who wanted to do this, and I'm just completely in shock with how spot on you are. I didn't think that he would come.
He's been waiting to talk to you. The reason why you didn't think he would come is because he would not do this here in this world. That was the old him. The old him that had issues with his thoughts, that was hiding things, that was doing all of these things, would not show up and be here. Here in this world, this is the conversation that you wish that you had with him when he was alive. This was the things that you wish that he would admit, because I see you so stressed out when he was living, saying, I can see it. My mom can see it. Everyone can see it. Why can't he see it? Why can't he see it? Well, unfortunately, it took depth for him to understand, because when we pass on, we let go of the addictions, the pain, the mental illness, no matter what we faced with, we let go of. And when we let go of that, we're able to see things clearly and return back to our true self. And that's why he's here. He says to me that what he wants you to know is this. He shared the same dream as you. He's saying that had the same dream of having a family, getting married, having more kids, doing all of these things. But he says, Matt, my thoughts held me back. I didn't think I was going to be a good dad. I didn't think that I was going to be able to settle down. I didn't think I was going to be able to have a husband. He thought, and listen, I'm not throwing your mother under the bus because this has nothing to do with that. This has to do with how he thought. He's like, I thought your family didn't like me. I thought your family didn't accept me. Even though that was not true, and your mom tried to love him as best she could, you could understand that this was his thoughts. This was the illness that he was going through. Do you understand that? It wasn't just your mom, by the way. It was anybody. He felt judged. He tells me he felt judged. He would talk to you about this. So know that, he says to me, Matt, I shut out the people in my life that truly loved me because you and your mom loved him. You tried to create a family with him. You did all these things. And now he wants to let you know one thing. After all of these struggles, after all the pain, after all of the things that you dealt with him, he wants to thank you for still keeping him a part of your child's life here in this world.
Wow.
He tells me. Did you tell your son, say hi to daddy, say hi to daddy?
Yeah.
I see him like waving, especially when he was younger, waving at a picture.
Oh yeah.
There's a picture in his room right now. It's like an 8x10 of him, just his face that has always been around, and we always keep it around.
He tells me, he says to me, Matt, you need to thank them for keeping me a part of his life.
You're welcome.
And he's telling me that on the other side, he is so thankful for the relationship that you had with one another because he died knowing what love was because of you. And you gave me the most beautiful gift. You gave me a child. So I'll be watching over you, your mom, that child, our family every day. He says, and the one thing that he needs to let you know is this. He says, here in this world, it was really tough for you. You never got any credit because you were balancing two people. You're trying to take care of your son, and you were also trying to take care of him. He says, and as hard as it is that he's gone, he also says to me, Matt, I want her to stay 100% focused on her son. And I don't want to say what I got to say, but
Go ahead.
All right. Are you planning on having another child?
I had another child. Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
had
did have the other child.
I
Okay.
did. Yep.
He showed me the other child. See, I don't know when things are in timing, but he just showed me you pregnant and I saw another child being born.
Okay.
So that already had happened.
Yep.
So know that he says to me this. He says to me that what he wants you to know from the other side is that he is so happy that you're creating the family now that you deserve. And on the other side, even though you're doing it without him, he says, Matt, please let her know that I am still a part of the family, just in a different way. And he's giving you complete permission to let go of that hurt, let go of that pain, let go of that heaviness, let go of all of those things that you carried with you so that you can live your best life and focusing on the future ahead, because there's still some dark days that bring you back to those moments with him. And that's what he's hoping this heals. He's up above, he's watching over you. And there's one last thing he has to tell you, and that is that he would never want anyone else to be the mother of his child but you. Don't second guess yourself. He tells me that you have made all the right decisions, that you have done everything that you could to make sure that your son lives a normal life without him being here. And you deserve so much credit.
Thank you.
So even though you weren't able to help him, or you feel like you weren't able to help him, you really did. You really did. Just because he passed does not mean that you failed. You gave him all the tools, you showed him everything. And that's why he's here, to repeat all the things that you did for him and to let you know that he sees the life that you're giving your son right now.
It's amazing.
Right?
Thank you.
I really hope that this helped you today.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to
Thank
leave you guys with that.